It is the 31st century, and mankind is once again at war. The battlefields of the future are dominated by huge robotic war machines known as battlemechs.
When discussing the War of 3039, most historians focus on the massive battles between the Federated Commonwealth and the Draconis Combine. Virtually every power was involved in the conflict in one way or another. One of the lesser-known fronts was the raids of the Free Worlds League into the Capellan Confederation. After the mauling of the Confederation took in the Fourth Secession War, the Capellans were weakened and demoralized, and while victorious in a conflict against the Magistry of Canopus, the grueling 5-year war had done little to lift the Capellan military out of its slump. As part of the Adorian campaign, Marik forces in the area were ordered to raid Capellan worlds within 60 light years to distract them. Originally, the 9th Marik Militia departed Harsfeld to reinforce the 2nd Oriente harassers on fact. However, the harassers had escaped before the 9th could arrive. While raids on the Capellans had officially come to an end at this point in the war, the 9th standing orders had never been rescinded, and the 9th's jump ships made for the world of Capella. Arriving in July, the defending Blandford's Grenadiers were taken completely by surprise. City battles were common on the planet as the 9th launched their raid in force. Turn 1. The Javelin stays in its hiding spot behind the building. The Catapult and Vindicator stand still, lining up on their targets. The Trebuchet and the Thunderbolt both walk forward. The Cataphract runs towards the approaching Marik mechs. The Awesome walks forward. The Locust charges forward at full speed. The Hermes too runs into melee with the Locust. Despite the difficulty of the shot, the Thunderbolt mech warrior fires his large laser and LRM-15 at the speeding Locust. The large laser melts its way into the left torso, and the LRMs smash into the right leg and find their way into the hole of the large laser, destroying the left torso. The Cataphract fires his PPC and AC-10 at the Hermes, but misses. The Javelin cannot fire. The Awesome fires 2 of his PPCs at the Locust, but misses. The Vindicator fires his PPC and LRM-5 at the Hermes, but misses. The Trebuchet fires 1 of his LRM-15 banks at the Locust, but misses. The Locust fires his remaining medium laser and small laser at the Hermes. The medium laser misses, but the small laser manages to damage the armor of the right torso. The Locust pilot swings his long leg back and lands a kick on the left leg of the larger mech. The Hermes responds with his medium laser and a jet of fire from his flamer. Both miss the Locust. The Hermes pilot tries to return the kick of the Locust, but misses. Turn 2. The Catapult and Vindicator both again stand still, content to use their long-range weapons. The Trebuchet and the Thunderbolt both continue their advance. The Locust runs behind the Trebuchet. The Cataphract walks forward. The Javelin runs out of his hiding spot, trying to outflank the Free Worlds forces with the Locust. The Awesome runs into melee with the Javelin. The Hermes walks behind the Cataphract. The Catapult empties both LRM-15 banks at the Hermes, missiles crashing into the right arm, center torso, and left arm. The Hermes fires on the rear of the Cataphract with his medium laser and a burst from his flamer. The flamer scorches the larger mech's left leg, while the medium laser melts away almost all the armor protecting the rear left torso. The Hermes kicks out, hitting the Cataphract's right leg. The Vindicator fires his PPC and LRM-5 at the Hermes, the PPC hitting the left leg, while some of the LRMs hit the left torso. The Thunderbolt unleashes his large laser, 3 medium lasers, and machine guns at the Locust. The medium laser and machine guns miss, but 2 of the medium lasers melt into the center torso and right leg. The Cataphract fires his rear-mounted lasers at the Hermes, one hitting the small mech's right leg, Switching targets, the Cataphract fires his PPC and AC-10 at the Trebuchet. The autocannon round misses, but the PPC smashes into the right torso. The Locust fires his medium laser and small laser at the rear of the Trebuchet, but misses. The Javelin locks on and fires both of his SRM-6s, targeting the Trebuchet's damaged torso. The missiles pepper the mech, but two find their way into the now unprotected right torso, destroying the LRM-15 launcher there and following the ammunition feed down into the bin. The 50-ton Marik Militia mech blows apart, pieces of the mech raining down in the plaza. The Awesome tries to get some revenge, firing all three of his PPCs at the Cataphract, 2 shots hitting the center and left torso. Turn 3. The Thunderbolt backs off. The Locust walks backward, trying to get behind the Thunderbolt. The Cataphract walks forward, as does the Catapult. The Javelin walks behind the Thunderbolt. The Awesome backs up, putting his back to the office building. The Hermes walks, staying behind the Cataphract. The Vindicator runs closer to the Free Worlds League Raiders. The Cataphract again uses his 2 rear medium lasers to fire on the Hermes, but misses. He switches targets to the Awesome, firing his autocannon, but misses. The Catapult unleashes both LRM launchers, firing 30 missiles at the Hermes, but none of them find the medium mech. The Thunderbolt, trying to cool his mech, fires his large laser and a medium laser at the Cataphract. The medium laser misses, but the large laser damages the right torso. The Locust fires his medium and small lasers at the Thunderbolt, but misses. The Javelin fires on the rear of the Thunderbolt. As he lands, all the SRMs miss. He then swings out with both fists, but just cannot hit the Thunderbolt. The Awesome fires a dual PPC blast at the Cataphract, but misses. The Vindicator fires on the Hermes with both his LRM-5 and particle cannon. The missiles miss, but the PPC rips through the armor of the left arm, destroying the shoulder as well as the flamer control relay. The Hermes fires his remaining weapons at the rear of the Cataphract. The medium laser hits the left leg, and although well within the autocannon's minimum range, the rounds do hit the left arm. The Hermes manages to follow up with a kick to the right leg. Turn 4. The Javelin runs back. The Awesome holds his ground, preparing his PPCs. The Catapult walks closer, as does the Vindicator. The Hermes backs up, getting behind the Vindicator. The Locust flees south, joining the Javelin. The Cataphract walks into melee with the Awesome. The Thunderbolt backs around the corner of the office building. The Catapult opens up on the Hermes with all 4 medium lasers, all hitting the smaller mech, damaging the right arm, right leg, left arm, and right torso. The Vindicator fires his PPC and LRM-5 at the Awesome, the PPC ripping away center torso armor while the missiles hit the left arm. The Locust fires his lasers at the Hermes but misses. The Hermes fires his medium laser at the rear of the Vindicator, damaging the rear left torso. He then kicks the left leg. The Cataphract fires his 2 medium lasers and his AC-10 at the Awesome. The AC-10 rounds crashing into the left torso and a medium laser hitting the right torso. He then lands a thundering kick on the left leg. The Javelin fires both his SRM-6s at the Hermes. The missiles pepper explosions over the mech, one damaging the left arm while another rips into the lower arm actuator of the right arm. The Awesome fires all 3 of his PPCs at the Vindicator. 2 of them hit the center and left torsos. He then kicks out at the Cataphract, heavily damaging the left leg. The Thunderbolt fires his large laser and LRM-15 at the Vindicator, but misses. Turn 5. The Catapult continues his walking advance. The Cataphract bobs and weaves, staying in close combat with the Awesome. The Javelin charges, trying to get behind the Thunderbolt. The Awesome also stands still, locked in a brawl with the Cataphract. The Hermes walks behind the Catapult. The Vindicator backs up to get a rear shot on the Hermes. The Locust also walks to get behind the Hermes. The Thunderbolt runs, getting behind the Javelin and turning away to protect his rear. The Locust fires his medium and small laser at the Hermes. The medium laser hitting the mech's head, an instrument panel in the cockpit sparking, burning the mech warrior's face. Adding insult to the injury, the small laser finds its way inside the right arm, destroying the upper arm actuator, severing the power feeds to the medium laser. Distracted by the burns to his face, the Hermes is unable to dodge. The Locust lands a kick to the right leg. The catapult Alpha strikes the Awesome, 2 of the lasers digging into the center torso armor, while 2 others damage the left and right legs. The missiles mostly miss, but a few hit the center torso and right leg. The Thunderbolt opens up with his 3 medium lasers SRM-2 and both machine guns at the rear of the Javelin. The medium lasers damage the rear right torso armor and damage the mech's head, causing an effect similar to what happened to the Hermes pilot. Taking advantage, the Thunderbolt crashes his fist through the thin armor of the rear left torso, nearly ripping the mech in half, heavily damaging the mech's engine in the process. The Vindicator fires his PPC and his medium laser at the crippled Hermes, destroying the right arm and punching through the armor of the right torso, melting vital components of the autocannon. The Cataphract unleashes his AC-10, both medium lasers, and even his PPC at point-blank range. The AC-10 rips into the right torso, while the lasers tear into the center torso. The Liao pilot manages to disarm the PPC safety systems, places the arm to the head of the Awesome, and unleashes the artificial lightning, risking extreme damage to both their mechs. The gamble works, and all the deadly energy pours into the head of the Awesome, melting away all the armor and damaging the structure. Fortunately, the insulation manages to hold, and the deadly energy is funneled away from the mech warrior within, but he screams out in pain as feedback travels into his neuro helmet, burning its way into his brain. The Cataphract pilot kicks the Awesome's right leg, trying to force the big mech down. The Javelin holds his fire, screaming in pain while the sensitive electronics of his neuro helmet almost melt to his head. The mech warrior can do nothing as his mech topples and falls, landing hard on the left torso and right leg. Regaining some control over his mech, unwilling to take the same insane risk as the Cataphract, he points all 3 of his PPCs at the catapult and manages to get the system to fire. 2 of the streams of charged particles hit the catapult's center torso and right leg. The Hermes pilot, biting back the painful burns, pulls his trigger, but nothing happens. His weapons have all been destroyed. Turn 6. The Locust runs into melee with the downed Awesome. The Javelin runs around the office building, breaking contact. The Awesome manages to get back to his feet and starts backing away. The Hermes, disarmed and nearly helpless, begins to flee. The Thunderbolt backs away. The Vindicator walks forward. The Catapult runs toward the stricken Awesome. The Cataphract walks forward, staying in his hand-to-hand fight with the Awesome. The Catapult fires his 4 medium lasers at the Awesome. 3 of the lasers hit, damaging the right torso, left arm, and left leg. The Hermes has no weapon and cannot fire on the Liao mechs. The Cataphract fires his AC-10 at the Awesome, the AC-10 ripping its way into the now unprotected center torso, nearly destroying both the engine and the gyro. The Cataphract swings out with both arms. The one with the weapon pod misses, but the fist manages to catch the left arm. The Thunderbolt fires both his large laser and LRM-15 at the Locust, but misses. The Locust adds his lasers to the assault on the Awesome, the small laser hitting the left torso. The Javelin has no fire. The Awesome mech warrior somehow manages to keep his swaying mech under control and firing a PPC at the Locust, but misses. Seeing an opening and a chance at revenge, he swings the Awesome's deadly battle fist at the Cataphract, catching the mech square in the head, ripping away almost all the armor and throwing the mech warrior around within so violently his restraints break 2 of his ribs. The Vindicator fires on the Awesome with his PPC and LRM-5. The missiles damage the right torso, but the PPC melts through the damaged armor of the right leg, seizing up the Awesome's hip. Turn 7. The Thunderbolt stands still, trying to cover the now fleeing Awesome. The Catapult stands still, lining up his weapons. The Awesome backs away, trying to join his lance in fleeing. The Vindicator walks forward. The Javelin backs up as fast as he can to bring his remaining SRM-6 to bear. The Locust runs back, chasing the Thunderbolt and trying to block the Hermes' escape. The Hermes runs around the Locust and escapes, not looking back. The Cataphract walks, chasing the Awesome. The Locust fires his lasers at the Thunderbolt, a medium laser hitting the right arm. The Cataphract again fires his autocannon at the Awesome. The explosive rounds hit the right torso, destroying the now unprotected particle cannon there. He manages to land 2 punching blows on the right arm. The Thunderbolt unleashes his weapons, heating up his mech. He fires his large laser, all of his medium lasers, his SRM-2 and both machine guns, trying to finish the Locust. Most of the weapons miss. One of the missiles hits the right leg, while a medium laser damages the tiny mech's head. The Awesome mech warrior can no longer keep his mech upright. The hip damage, along with his gyro falling apart, he falls to the side, landing hard on what remains of the right torso and left leg. He lifts up and fires on the Locust with his remaining PPCs. Both hit, one nearly destroying the center torso, while the other nearly rips off the left leg. The Catapult fires 4 medium lasers at the falling Awesome, but unprepared for the mech's fall, only one of the lasers hit, damaging the crippled mech's right leg. The Vindicator fires his PPC and LRM-5 at the Thunderbolt. The PPC misses, but a few of the missiles hit the larger mech's center torso. The Javelin fires his remaining SRM-6 at the Thunderbolt. Most of the missiles hit, but they cannot penetrate the mech's armor. Turn 8. The Catapult walks into melee with the downed Awesome. The Vindicator walks closer. The Locust walks away, trying to pull out. The Javelin runs away, trying to cool his mech. The Cataphract stands still, aiming his weapons down at the burning wreck of the Awesome. In a hopeless situation, the Awesome mech warrior pulls the ejection lever. The Thunderbolt backs out of the combat zone, making best speed back to his unit. Aftermath. Despite heroic efforts from the Blandford Grenadiers, they could not stop the Free Worlds League raiders. Knowing that their raid on the local capital would not stand, the 9th committed to doing as much damage as they could. Occasionally, their aggressiveness led to losses, but much more often, the Grenadiers were overwhelmed by the 9th Marik Militia. After 2 days of bloody fighting, the 9th Marik Militia withdrew, the Grenadiers being unable to stop them. Hello, this is Adam of Dream Made Productions. Thank you for watching this video. I would ask, please help me grow this channel by subscribing, liking, leaving a comment, or sharing. I really enjoy bringing you these videos. If you would like to support the channel, I have included some places you can send Bitcoin or other crypto in the description. I have also included a link for PayPal if you would like to support that way. Please know that any amount you give will be cherished and used to upgrade equipment and improve the channel. As of the date of this video, all donations and any funds I can personally put in are being saved towards upgrading to a Canon G50 for HD video. I cannot express how honored I am that so many of you have chosen to watch my content. When I started this adventure, I thought I would just have 1 sub. Thanks, Mom. But the amount of support I have gotten has exceeded all my expectations. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, I hope you enjoy the battle reps that are to come.